have you been able to stick with your New Year's resolutions, or do you find yourself struggling? I'm going to be teaching you guys how to actually stick to your New Year's resolution, how to really move forward with goals you ever have in general, because there is going to be a secret at the end of this video. This hair is bothering me, guys. That's going to help you with any goal. But let's start off with your New Year's resolution. I know you had changes. You said, you know what, this year I'm gonna do this more. This year I'm gonna lock in on my business. You just thought of it. Remember that goal that you set up before New Year's and I'm gonna do this. Let me ask you a question. That goal you set up, how are you sticking with it? You can literally write it down on a piece of paper. I decided I'm going to show you, hopefully it doesn't invert, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you a list we're going to be making, okay? So you're going to grab a piece of paper, grab one while I find a page. Once you grabbed it, you're going to write your said goal, right? So you're going to write your goal right here. Now you're going to break it down into two. This question is going to be a yes or no. Have you been following through with your New Year's resolution? Let's say your goal is to put more effort, or in a specific number, extra 2 hours a day to lock in on your business. Have you really been doing it? Yes and no. Obviously, I understand that there's going to be the consistency, right? That, oh, it's not going to be every single day, but you've been putting in effort, that you've been doing it more. That's all that matters, really. The fact that you have the intention of trying, because I understand life happens, that you're not going to always be 100% yes, yes, yes. My next question to you is going to be, how have you been able to make this goal work for you? So what helps you? So our scenario is given extra 2 hours a day. What we can do is say, whenever you have free time, even if it's not a full 2 hours, maybe it's 10 minutes, maybe it's half an hour. Are you choosing that half an hour to do something else, like distractions, like to go on your phone, to hang out, or are you truly putting it towards your business? What is helping you make that decision? It doesn't happen by accident that you're choosing that distraction. That choice, even if it's subconscious, it was made. What is helping me choose? Like, what do I tell myself to remind myself? Oh my God, do your business. Is it the fact that you get to retire your parents? Is it the fact that you could take care of your family? What is it that reminds you and helps you? Because whatever it is that helps you, I wrote helping reminder, right? So whatever that reminds you that, oh, you know what? I have a goal. I have a dream. I'm going to make this my reality. How do I make this my reality? And you tell yourself, it doesn't matter what you're doing anymore, because you remember why you're doing it. What do you want? Why are you doing it? To get from point A to B, you're not going to have a straight road. I drew a straight arrow. It's not a straight road. The arrow actually should look like this. It's going to look like this, but you're still going to get there. It's not an easy path. There's going to be a lot of decisions that may not seem so perfect right now. Maybe you have to work a little bit extra hours. Maybe you might have to see your friends less. It's getting you one step closer to your goal. So whenever you remind yourself, well, I'm doing it for this, that step is no longer as hard to do. Discipline doesn't come from the motivation where you wake up one day and you're on this high, like, oh my God, I'm gonna do it. And then you do so much in one day and then you don't do it. This reminder is gonna build your consistency and build your discipline that you need. So let's say you're like, you know what, Rips, I made this goal and I just have not been able to stick to it. I just feel like there's this natural force against me. It's because we're so used to treating the symptom instead of finding out what the root is. It's gonna feel so much harder. So sticking with the same goal we had, which was putting more time into our business, right? Let's say you're like, you know what, Rips, every time I have free time, I just can't. I pick up my phone. I just like to go on social media. Instead of saying, oh, delete all social media or delete any distractions, no, you're just running away from the problem. And it may not be through social media, but that same issue will arise in a different way. We're here to solve the root, not the symptom. The root of the issue. Why do I go to social media? Notice, so we're going to do a little bit of an experiment. Whatever your distraction is, whether that's drinking, smoking, social media, anytime you notice yourself going to that distraction, Pause for one moment and ask yourself, what emotion am I feeling? It's so small because all you're really doing is just acknowledging it. You're becoming more intentional of the action you're doing, because at a point it becomes so subconscious that whenever you open your phone, the first thing you open is social media. You get that desire at a specific point, and our goal is to find that point, that pain point. Because let's say you pick up social media because you feel lonely. You feel lonely. So now we figured out that that root comes from loneliness, right? How can I go ahead and solve that loneliness? Why do I feel lonely? How can I help myself feel more fulfilled? So now, instead of being like, oh, I need to delete social media is not good for me, you're hurting yourself. Take the time to understand yourself. And whenever you're doing this whole process, one tip I will give you is do not hate on yourself. Do not be mean to yourself because you're getting distracted. Don't say things like, I'm not meant for this, I can't do this, because the thing is, don't be against yourself. There's already so many forces that are against you. You have to be your biggest fan. Once you are your biggest fan, you really get anything, because you have the confidence and you have the work that's been put in there. It's not a false confidence where you just tell yourself, I'm so great, I'm so great. You're doing the work behind it. And that's where the real magic is, that you sat here and you mapped and you're really trying to help yourself. You are already one step ahead because you are trying. Some people don't even want to acknowledge. Don't take this as a chance to compare yourself that you're better or worse than someone. No, it's the fact that you're trying. Give yourself the love that you tried. You really just start to understand yourself that, oh, I pick up social media because I'm lonely. Okay, Rips, why do you feel lonely? And just try to listen and understand yourself, because you need to feel so warm. And so there's that saying, right, with the jacket, that you'll take your jacket off not because someone blows it away, but because you feel warm. You feel warm enough, you feel comfortable enough with yourself to take the jacket off, to be open and honest with yourself. Because if you really want to go ahead and grow from the root issue, you're gonna have to know what the root issue is, and you're gonna have to trust and be honest with yourself to know where to go. Because now we got our pinpoint A, right? We know that we want to stop being lonely, and we know that we have a goal to achieve. How are we gonna get there? We're going to do little exercises to fix the root. How can I help myself feel less lonely? Because this is clearly a much bigger issue that is not letting us even set goals for ourselves. So once we figure out this issue and we got to the root, we fixed the root now. Now let's go ahead and make our goals to work on our business. How can I feel less lonely? How can I support myself to achieve the goal I want? Because I was put on this planet for a purpose. You have it in your heart, bring it to life. There's so many people outside that are so successful. There's so many people in life that have achieved every single dream of theirs. Why do you think you're exempt from it? You're not. You have every ability to get what you want. You have to believe in yourself. You're going to start building your habits. So now your goals, it's not going to be, oh, I'm going to do a 0 to 180 and now every single day I'm going to give 2 hours. No, maybe it starts off with one day 30 minutes, one day 20 minutes. That's where your goal is. And that's where you're going to go from no to yes. Just to restate what I said about yes and having your goals, you remind yourself, this is all going to root to one thing. Remind yourself why you started. Because you're going to go through so many rough patches. You're going to go through so many tests. It's going to make you question, is this really what I need? And you have to remind yourself, what is my end goal? And if you don't know why you're doing it, you're just saying you heard other people locking in for their business. You've heard everyone's trying to lose weight. That is not going to be valid enough. Let me tell you right now, don't do it. If your reason is because everyone else is doing it, I need you to restate your goals. Everyone wants something different in life. Everyone has a different desire, whether shared or not. You need to find out what you want. So yes, you need to remind yourself why you started, but you also need to know, what do you want? And once you ask yourself and be honest, remember, you are your biggest friend. You are your biggest supporter, because if you're honest with yourself, you're really going to be able to get everything you want. Whatever that goal is, and you set a goal according to what you want, you no longer need to push yourself in an uncomfortable way that only momentum will help. You're now working off of discipline and consistency. And once you have that discipline, getting to your goal is so much easier, because now all those more difficult steps that felt like they were all just such an opposing force, now it's going to be such an easy walkthrough, because you remembered, why am I doing it? Why am I doing it? This is getting me one step closer. And as promised, at the end of the video, I did say I was going to go ahead and give you guys a little secret. So when it comes to New Year's resolutions, this is such a big thing people do, is they're like, oh, new year, new me. I'm going to go ahead and start this because it's the new year. You don't need an excuse to make changes in your life. Make your life an excuse. Make the fact that you don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow. Make the fact that you are deserving of a better life your excuse. Why do you need to wait for Monday? Why do you need to wait for 2026? You don't need to wait for a new year. Just remember that I'm here today. I'm here right now. I can make the change right now. Now is the best time to make a change. You've acknowledged it. Let's make the change. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope that you guys do find a little bit of ease whenever it comes to making goals and really following through with your goals. You are capable of anything you put your mind to. Believe me when I say the sky is the limit. And the fact that you're really watching this video already tells you you are ready to move one step forward. If you guys like my video, please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love to hear it. Thank you guys. Bye.